Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to your reading for the next 6 months. We're going to jump right in here, Taurus. You have this Lost card. It says a major phase in your life is ending. Embrace the newness. I think this is a good thing. You even have this options card, and it says many opportunities are becoming available to you. So I do feel that you are kind of like increasing your options in life. I'm pretty sure in the last reading I did for you, I can't remember which one that was, but I'm pretty sure we talked all about you increasing your options or doing things that would increase your options. Definitely, I think you, out of all the signs, should be, working on things that could increase your options. And what I mean by that is like putting yourself in more opportunities, or taking advantage of more adventures of life, right? Like the adventures we're talking about are, work adventures, trying new things, going and having new experiences, all that stuff. Literally the options are increasing because you are increasing them. Like, I don't think this is something that's just going to happen. It's not like saying like, oh, all these options are opening up. I think it's more saying you've had these options all along and now you're just more willing to maybe explore your options or, explore new ideas in life. And, they say variety is the spice of life, Taurus. So I think a lot of you are just kind of, exploring life, exploring new ideas, and it's gonna open things up for you. I think especially for those of you that have been like working towards a dream for a long time, like you could, and what I mean by a dream is like this could be your business that you're already working on or the career that you already have. But I just see you kind of like looking for ways to level up or, different directions that you could take it so you can explore new ideas. You do have the Knight of Cups, and it does go down to the Ace of Cups here. So if you want love, there of course is love here for you. I think the summer is a great time for those of you that are looking for a new connection or hoping for love. So I would, get out of the house, right? And meet new people and open up. Nine of Wands wants you to, open up to the world or open up to the potential of being in a new connection. But the Knight of Cups, again, is like your dream. So I think that for some of you, this is something that you are creating. You have the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles is a card of feeling left out in the cold, and there's no doubt you could have been left out in the cold. I always say that the fives in the tarot have very easy solutions, and, I do solution-based tarot, right? Not drama Kim Kardashian tarot, so I think the solution to the Five of Pentacles is to make sure that you're not calling attention to your weaknesses and make sure that you are focusing on your strengths, and that's the easiest way to overcome the Five of Pentacles. There's actually an anchor right here in the stained glass window, and I do feel that something has been kind of like holding you back for too long. For some of you, I feel it's like a belief about yourself or, what you think you're capable of doing. For others, I feel it could be like a habit or a behavior or something, and I do see some of you maybe realizing or kind of gaining clarity on this because we go to the Ace of Swords. So if you have like a habit or a bad habit or whatever it is, not a criticism here, Taurus. Again, this is a good thing. This is for growth so that you can grow in life. I feel that you could be kind of like correcting some sort of habit, but it doesn't even have to be a habit like we think of a habit. It's like maybe you have a habit of not really finishing your projects or something like that. It's not really a habit, although, it kind of is. It's more just like a story that repeats, which, for the past like 6 months, all your readings have been about a story repeating in your life that you're bringing to an end. You have the moon here, and then you end with the sun and the good stuff, which is great. Again, whenever we have the moon, I love seeing readings where we go from the moon to the sun at the end. It really suggests that, again, you are entering into this time where you can see things clearly. There are no more illusions. It's like everything is what it is right now, Taurus, and I think you are seeing things clearly in your life. And obviously, when we gain clarity, this is a good thing. We can move forward faster. Even, if we go this way here, this is amazing. Going Eight of Wands, Ace of Swords to the Sun. That is like charging forward or finding success. And you have this Knight card, and I'll show you that at the end. But that Knight card, it looks like he's just charging forward. You have with the Knight of Cups, you have the Four of Swords here. It's like you can no longer wait for something is what I'm hearing here. It's like sometimes with the Knight of Cups, he's standing in the desert, so he might be waiting for resources. Like he might think like, oh, to start this dream I have, to start this business or whatever, I need money or I need this or I need that. And I kind of feel like you're seeing that you just, like, you can't wait any longer for something to show up. And this feels really empowering to me here, Taurus. I think you're kind of just in this energy of making things happen. You're no longer just going to wait for something to happen. You are making things happen, which is great. Like I said, that's a good thing. With the Five of Pentacles, you have the Temperance card. Temperance is like cause and effect, and it's patience. It's also turning one thing into another. So Temperance is the card of alchemy. And it says you can turn a negative into a positive, or you can turn a positive into a negative as well. With that Five of Pentacles, again, I would be focusing more on the positive, or, what could go right instead of what could go wrong. Clearly, like, what you pay attention to is going to manifest or something. With the Moon, you have the Ten of Swords. I get more of that, like, not being able to wait any longer type of energy. It's like you could wait until the cows come home, you're a Taurus, and until you make a move. But it's kind of like a weird energy I get off this first row. And I mean that in the best way possible. I think that the reading is saying you're taking action towards a dream. And I just noticed this. You have this card in your third row that says, be bold and make the first move. So I feel like you're finally making a move on something that you can't wait for any longer. This looks like a project or business or, some sort of financial change to me. So, whatever it is, I think that you're kind of like making big moves in work and business, stuff like that. Of course, it could be love, but I really feel this reading is mostly talking about work. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have this thriving card, and you also have this stillness card. It's something I've noticed is that there's been a lot of this type of energy where the universe is almost asking us to be still. And in those are the moments where we will be thriving. So, instead of like trying to force things to happen, allowing things to happen, getting more in that flow state would be a really good idea for you. I would pay attention to doing, activities that put you in a flow state, like tarot readings for me, right? Like I always say, like I can do this all day long. Literally, I've already done 4 readings today. I'm about to do 8, right? Like on days where I feel good, I do as many as I can because again, it puts me in that flow state. And again, I can just flow with the tarot and I'm channeling from source. So I don't really get tired. So, again, this is like an activity for me that puts me in that flow state. And, sometimes I lose track of time and stuff like that when I do this. And again, this is like my most productive work. So, what I would say here is like when you get into that zone or when you find something that can do that for you, that's when you will be very, very successful. And we see a lot of success here, a lot of winning. So looks really, really good. You have the Five of Wands, the Nine of Wands, and the Eight of Wands. The Five of Wands is conflict or competition. I think that some of you are doing something where you kind of feel like there's conflict or competition, and maybe there is. Maybe you're trying to work on a project that has conflict or competition. What I would say here is I feel like you could be learning from competition. It also looks like, obviously, you are going to be victorious in some sort of competition. You have this, and you also have this Triumph card with that Knight at the end. So even if there is competition for what you're working on, if something's meant for you, it's for you. It's just that simple. You have the Nine of Wands, and the Nine of Wands is a card of the Wounded Warrior. The Nine of Wands is about needing to open up. And again, not really necessarily a love reading, although there is love here. Going this way, obviously, I would say that if you want love, that it could be a good time for you to like open back up. I look at the Nine of Wands as kind of one last shot or, giving love another chance, right? And so I feel a lot of you could be deciding to give love another chance, or maybe you're opening back up to love at this time. You have the Eight of Wands here. I do feel, I just want to see what's going on here. I do feel like some of you, this could be communication coming in for you. So again, if you're looking for love, you could just start as friends or communicating with a person. This is my card of socializing. So I think it would be an amazing time for you to socialize, but it's also a great card for socializing to find love. So if you get opportunities or if you're invited out and you're looking for love, I would definitely get out of the house because that's probably how you're going to find love. Not only that, the Eight of Wands represents a quick success. And then we go up to the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is also a quick success. So something, and then you have the Sun, which is even better, even better than that. So it looks to me like you're having some sort of success. With the Five of Wands, you have the Fool. Yeah, it's like jumping into something, like you're taking a leap of faith into something. I think what you need to realize is that you have a lot of experience. Like, let's say you want to start a business and there's a lot of competition. I think the Fool is saying you've been down this road before, actually, and, maybe you have. I think what you're going to realize is that the competition isn't even competition, for you. It's like maybe you're looking at something in your life as something that would be hard, but really when you do it, it's going to be easy for you because you've already experienced something before. He has tattered sleeves on his cloak, and the tattered sleeves kind of suggest that he's been through the major arcana before. The Fool goes through the entire major arcana. He goes all the way to the World, and then he starts all over again as the Fool. So I almost get this, you kind of repeating a cycle, but I'm not talking about like going back to an ex or something like that. I'm talking about like, if you're looking for love, you're just dating again. If you're starting a business, you're kind of like jumping right in, and I think you're finding out that maybe you're more successful than the competition because you've already done the work. With the Nine of Wands, you have the Three of Swords. Three of Swords is about forgiveness. So in this first row here, there could have been a difficult ending with a person, and the Three of Swords would represent forgiving the situation and moving on. So I definitely feel it would be a good time for you to like forgive a situation and move on. I would also like watch your health. Again, I'm not a doctor. I have no clue what I'm talking about, so don't listen to me. I'm just some guy on the internet. But what I would say here is we do have Mars going retrograde at the end of the year, and so what I would say is that I would like build your health up now if you're into that sort of thing, and so that by the time we get to the end of the year, it doesn't matter. And that's what I would focus on. With the Eight of Wands, you have the King of Wands. So a very bold, assertive energy, which you get all the time with me lately. So I think it would be a good time for you to like really charge towards the things that you desire. I kind of feel like you're charging towards success with that Knight card at the end there. But I think it would be a good time for you to like really make things happen. I also do feel you could be attracting a fire sign if you are looking for love in your life. It definitely, you always get fire with me. Next, in the area of what's coming towards you, you have this Leo card. It says, confidence is your key to success. There you go. You have this be bold, make the first move. I think you're making the first move on something. You're taking a leap of faith into something. It doesn't have to be love, like I said. It feels more financial to me. So I think that some of you are kind of launching an idea or, launching a project or starting something new. And, I think you're going to find a lot of success in whatever that is. It could be a business, an idea, a plan, a goal, wish, dream. Whatever it is, I see you being very successful with this energy. I also feel like there's a lot of growth coming in for you. I'm noticing it's kind of weird how I'm looking at this Ace of Swords. You see that this is a palm frond. This is an olive branch over here. The palm frond can represent a sacrifice. The olive branch can represent an offer of peace or abundance coming in for you. But I get something about, it's like, that's not how it's popping into my head. It's more saying that you're creating balance in your life. There are these 6 golden yods on both sides of the card here, and they're in perfect balance. So it kind of represents your life being in perfect balance or bringing your life into balance, which I do feel you could be doing. You could be kind of like bringing your life more into balance and, creating more success because of that. So I like to see that. I think, doing things in balance is always a good idea with the Ace of Swords. It is a card of victory, but we have to be balanced. We also have to be like laser-like focused with the Ace of Swords. So to me, it's about like really focusing in on something like your goal, wish, dream, whatever it is, and making it happen. And then on top of that, we have the sun. The sun is like a spotlight in a reading. It kind of shines a light on something that could be important for you or something that you want to accomplish. Usually the sun, I think energetically when we get into June and we get into the next 6 months, it could be something that just captures your attention, like an idea that you can't stop thinking about, or maybe you keep seeing signs and symbols and synchronicities around like a certain topic in your life. And the sun says, pay attention to those moments where something is capturing your attention. The sun is a very good card. Don't get me wrong. It's the best card in the tarot, but I also think that the sun is kind of like an action that we need to take. If we pay attention to the things that are capturing our attention, that's where the success with the sun comes from. That's where, it is a card of joy and happiness, but it comes from fulfillment because you took action on something the sun was shining on. You have the Two of Pentacles, another card of balance. So this is like work hard, play hard. I think that a lot of your happiness with these 2 cards here is going to come from creating balance in your life and doing things that balance you out. So again, if we're only giving from our work bucket and we're not filling up our fun bucket, we're going to have a hard time. So I would make sure you're creating balance. You have the Ace of Cups, 2 aces here. 2 aces is a definite yes to any question I haven't answered. But the Ace of Cups is your emotions overflowing, finding a lot of happiness. So I feel there could be a lot of happiness for you at this time. I feel like you're creating a lot more joy in your life, like I said, with the sun. And, obviously I would keep doing that. I think something people also forget about with the Ace of Cups is like we have to keep the cup overflowing. We have to keep doing things. The cup can easily reach down and fill itself back up in the water below it. But like I said, you have to be in the flow state. So, working on something that puts you in flow or puts you in a flow state is what I would do. That's like the only thing I would focus on for the next 6 months if I were you here, Taurus. It's like, you don't have much to do, which is great. I always say if you have a reading that only says you have like one thing to focus on, that is super easy, right? So that's like the only thing I would focus on, and everything else will fall into place. So I think that's what this is saying. I do feel there could be a love offer coming in for you. I also feel that, again, if you, with the sun here, that there could be a person who brings a lot of happiness into your life. I almost feel that you are attracting a person that you keep thinking about. Like, you might already know this person, or you might already be aware of a person. And it's kind of weird that, I'm going to say this is a weird message, but I get a message about, like, maybe you tried to not like a person, but you can't stop liking a person. I don't think this is ever, like, this might only be for a few of you, and so take it how it resonates. But I kind of feel that you could be attracting a person where it's like you tried to stop being attracted to them. I don't think you ever dated this person or anything like that. I think this maybe is like a person you know of, and like maybe you work together or something, and so maybe you've tried to not be attracted to them, but you are. And again, I think there could be love here. Yeah, with the Two of Pentacles, you have the Four of Wands. So I feel there could be a very fun connection coming in here. I really like the Two of Pentacles for love sometimes, not always, because it can represent juggling, but I feel like this is a person who has a lot of energy, a person who brings a lot of energy to connections as well. So, it looks more like a fun type of thing to me. With the Ace of Swords, you have the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is about self-imposed restriction, only seeing one way of doing things. Again, every single fixed sign is going to get this message for the next 20 years probably. So I would say just stay flexible. If something doesn't work in your life, or one way doesn't work, try something else. If you need to make changes, make changes. And don't be afraid to speak up, I'm getting as well. Like, if you need to speak up at work that, something needs to change so you can do your job better, or so you can be in that flow state, then I would speak up. Same thing in relationships. Like, if something isn't working, maybe you need to talk about it and you can correct the situation. With the Ace of Cups, you have the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is a card of independence and being able to take care of yourself. I kind of feel this is talking about your environment. There is a snail. Sorry, this camera is reversed. I don't know where my finger is, but there's a snail right here above my finger. And the snail wears its home on its back. So the snail on the Nine of Pentacles can represent kind of like your environment, the energy around you. And it says, make sure you're creating a positive environment of success so that you can be more successful. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Oracle card. It says, seek wisdom and guidance from elders. I'm also getting like younger people as well. I know that's not a word. I think for some of you, there could be like guidance or things like I always say, it's like, you never know. There are like, sometimes like children say things to us, and we're just like, oh, what do they know? They're just children. But sometimes it's like intuitive. You have this Triumph over Adversity card. I feel you are charging right towards success here, Taurus. And I think this next 6 months is going to be pretty good for you here. You have the Sun. I can't get it. The Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. The Sun is happiness, joy. Again, I'm getting more of like the spotlight energy off of this card. I think you need to, pay more attention to your attention. Your attention is trying to get your attention. Your attention is trying to draw you in to the Sun, which will bring happiness. This Sun also, there's this wall back here behind this child, and it kind of represents the wall we all build against our inner child. And so I think that a lot of you need to kind of embrace your inner child. Or again, there is something here, Two of Pentacles. That Two of Pentacles for some reason is like really standing out to me in your reading. It's really like calling my attention, right? And I think it's saying more fun, more fun things, more enjoyment, do more things that bring you into flow. You have the Queen of Pentacles. I just think you are like one foot in front of the other, increasing your resources. So I think you're making more money, or you're doing things that will make you more money, and you're doing a good job. So that's all I'm hearing off the Queen of Pentacles. With the Queen of Swords, this is a card of seeing the future, kind of seeing things clearly. She has clouds only halfway up her body, and so she sees the future clearly for the first time. I also feel that you're kind of like cautiously optimistic about potentially a love offer. We have the Ace of Cups here, and the Queen of Swords, she's got that like sword up and her hand out. She's kind of like willing to receive, but she's also being a little cautious. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, by the way. Let's see. With the Sun, you have the Seven of Cups. Yes. Probably have a lot of options. You have that options card at the beginning. So the Sun will shine a light on the option you should choose. If you are trying to make decisions with the Two of Pentacles, or you have important choices to make, pay attention to your attention. Like, what is your inner voice? What is your heart telling you to do? And also, like, let's say you're dating, for example, pay attention to flow. Like, if you put energy in with one person, they return the favor, but the other person doesn't do anything. Obviously, you should pick the person who actually puts the work in. With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Page of Wands. Page of Wands is a card of adventure. We talked about this at the beginning of the reading. I think all fixed signs, I think you should pick an adventure, right? It's like a choose your own adventure type of reading. I would like pick something that you want to learn or something new you want to do. And I would go like set out to do it. You could even be like setting a goal. Maybe you've always wanted to like go to the Grand Canyon. I feel like the Page of Wands is saying like, okay, set the goal, have the adventure, even if it's just a vacation, right? With the Queen of Swords, you have the Hangman. Hangman is about clarity as well. He's hanging from the tree of knowledge and wisdom, but his head is glowing and he finally has clarity on his situation. He finally has clarity on the direction they should be moving in. So we do see great clarity in this reading, especially with this hangman here. You could be gaining some enlightenment on like new situations in your life as well. You have this bridge card. It says successfully overcoming a problem. I think it's a great time for you to overcome problems is what I feel like saying. So it's not so much like there is a problem, but I think that what it's saying is there are certain obstacles, certain things in your way, or like it doesn't even have to be a bad thing. As I always say, it could just be like maybe you want to make more money and you have to overcome the situation so that you can make more money. And I feel like this is saying like it would be a good time for you to challenge yourself. The whole entire reading kind of says that because you're going to be victorious, obviously, with that Knight card. You have this chair empty card. It says someone is leaving your life. I feel like there's someone, it doesn't even matter. There's like someone new. It's like, sure, yeah, this person here, we see the Ten of Swords, Three of Swords, you know, all this. So someone could have left your life, but I feel like there's someone new coming in for you. You have this haystack card. It says karma, you will reap what you have sown. So I think you're getting positive karma here. I kind of feel like maybe the beginning of the year, meh, you know, whatever. I think the last 6 months have been kind of meh for you here, Taurus, and things are improving. You have this inkpot card, says problems to be resolved. Again, I would be looking for problems. Don't look for problems, but you know, anything you want to overcome, like now is the time to really be brave and bold and overcome things. You have this lily card. It says spiritual love on it. So there could be, clearly if there's new love coming in, it could be a very spiritual connection. We even see marriage here as well. So this looks amazing to me, Taurus. A lot of good energy for sure. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your next 6 months.